this is Lady Boulay, and thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Today, I have a message from a Jamaican living in Jamaica to Jamaicans living in the United States. And it's really good to see that somebody has a mature approach to this. So I'm going to let you listen to his video.
To all the Jamaicans living in the US with a green card for over 20, 30 years and out there protesting, I have a question for you. What are you really protesting for? You've been living in the US now for 20, 30 years on a green card, and you're out there protesting presidents, immigration policies and government decisions. But you had the opportunity to become a citizen and you refused. Why? Because you didn't want to give up your Jamaican citizenship. But now immigration laws are changing and you're out there panicking, trying to fix up yourself last minute. And let's be real, you can't fully benefit from or change a system you refuse to commit to. A green card is not a guarantee. It can be revoked. And yes, Jamaica allows dual citizenship. So your excuse don't even make any sense. So again, I ask you, what are you protesting for if you never even claimed your full rights? If you're one of those people, it's time to stop playing games with your future and wake up.
So he didn't miss any words, did he? He said a couple of things in a very few words. Number one, respect the laws of the United States of America. The immigration laws all over the world are changing. But if they have a green card in the United States, that is permanent residency. They can stay here indefinitely with a green card without giving up their Jamaican citizenship. But he said that Jamaica allows for dual citizenship, so there was no reason for them not to become American citizens. I don't blame them for not wanting to give up their Jamaican citizenship, and maybe they don't care about voting in elections in the United States. They want to come here and make the money and at a certain time go back to Jamaica to live. That makes perfectly good sense to me because they can draw their pension and Social Security checks in Jamaica from the United States. So this man to me has a clear understanding about what's going on, but he's sending a warning to the Jamaican people. Don't be out there protesting against the American laws because this is the thing. Regardless to how cruel or how harsh people think what Donald Trump is doing, it is perfectly legal and constitutional. Donald Trump is not currently deporting people with green cards. He is deporting people who are here illegally. There are Jamaicans that are here illegally. It's been a long time that people have been just coming into this country whenever they feel like it. And Donald Trump is saying we got to sweep some of these people out of here. But what he's doing is perfectly legal. People don't like it and they don't have to like it, but it's legal. And that's what's annoying about these people continuing to make videos about Haitians fighting ICE. They are in this country on temporary protective status, and America was nice enough to let them come here for a period of time to escape whatever is going on in their country. And now because they don't want to go back, they're going to take to the streets and fight law enforcement. And actually, that's a sign that it's time for them to go because what's going to happen is that they're going to stay here so long and they're going to get so comfortable and so used to being here that they are not going to want to go home. That is what has happened with the Latinos. They've been here for so long illegally that they think that they belong here. They have a sense of entitlement. So when it's time to go home now, it's inhumane and he's being so harsh and they think it's illegal for him to do what he's doing, even if you don't like Donald Trump, and many of us don't. What he is doing is constitutional. Now hold on to your seats because there is another point of view coming from Jamaicans. Listen to this.
Managing Director of Caribbean Immigrant Services, Erwin Clare, says Mr. Trump's plan has left migrants worried.
I think the methodology of his vocal and his words have already defeated many, and there is absolute concern.
Mr. Clare was speaking on TVJ's All Angles with Dion Jackson Miller recently. Trump's deportation plan will target millions of immigrants. He claims the dragnet will start on day one when he becomes president. The plan aims to expand deportation operations, detain individuals in massive camps, and overhaul birthright citizenship and asylum protection systems. According to the Pew Research Center, the unauthorized immigration population in the United States grew to 11 million in 2022 from 10.5 million in 2021. Mexico accounts for 43.1% of undocumented immigrants. Countries from Central America, South America, and the Caribbean also have significant numbers of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. Research fellow at the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies, Dr. Natalie Dietrich Jones, says there needs to be talks between the U.S. and Jamaican governments to protect illegal migrants.
Jamaica is not in that list, but the highest number of involuntary returnees are from the United States. So I think there may need to be some bilateral engagement on this between our governments to ensure that persons who do have the right to stay don't get caught up in a campaign that is directed against persons who do not have status.
Mr. Trump doubled down on his plan throughout the campaign trail last year, but Mr. Clare believes it will be met with fierce resistance.
Don't for 1 minute believe that people will be lying down and just handing themselves over. There are people who have fought hard to be in this country, to build this country, to make it their homes where their children are born, and they have a responsibility to that, and they won't be given up easily. So, I don't think it's a situation where Donald Trump will expect that to be a slam dunk. There will be resistance, progressive resistance.
To the Jamaican students who came home for the holidays, Mr. Clare is urging them to return to the U.S. before Mr. Trump's inauguration.
And I'd just like to use my opening comment just to remind our international students who are here on vacation to get themselves back in the United States before the 20th of January.
People like this Mr. Clare person are part of the problem because they're encouraging their people to resist the deportation, even though they're here illegally. The Mexican president did the same thing, encouraging them to resist because, after all, they have a right to be here illegally. When you're talking about 10 million undocumented people in your country, that is too many unaccounted for people in your country. And see, these police departments are armed with all of this military equipment. And we were thinking that it was for us, and maybe they were thinking that too. But if all of these people, 10 million people, are going to resist going back to where they came from, then you can understand why Donald Trump is involving the military and why he is creating that detention center down there in Florida surrounded by alligators, because they are bragging. Those Latinos are bragging about coming back 3 days after they've been deported. Okay, so you put them down there in Florida surrounded by alligators. Let's see how long it's going to take them to get back from down there. And he has also made deals with African nations, Rwanda, South Sudan, and Djibouti. So he's not sending some of them back to their homeland. He's sending them to Africa. Let's see how long it's going to take them to get back from there. But these people who are telling their people to fight back and to resist because they built their lives here, but they built their lives on a lie. They came here illegally. Now, the question is, does the United States have a right to have immigration laws? Or should the United States should be a come one, come all? Anybody can come here whenever they want to, do whatever they want to do here, stay here as long as they want to stay, and nobody says anything to them about it. Is that the way it should be? Because the reality is, if those countries want their people to come to America, they should work out a plan with America where their people could come here and work. And then they need to try to provide economic opportunities in their country so everybody doesn't have to flee to go somewhere so that they can make a decent living for themselves. So anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about this, because this stuff is getting very irritating. Let me know what you think about these people talking about they need to resist. Personally, I think the first man had the right idea. If people come here to this country and get a green card, which is permanent residence, they did it the right way and they should be protected. But it's these people that are here illegally, undocumented, meaning nobody knows you, nobody knows who you are. I just feel like there should be some accountability, but please let me know what you think. Thank you for listening and have a good day.